Hello YouTube, how's it going? Andy here. As promised, I am going to record an album inside my car. I'll probably write between 9 to 11 songs, I don't know. So this is going to be a long journey, possibly. I don't think I have more than 1 hour or two maybe per day to invest, as I'll be busy with teaching and gigging. So I'll do my best with this. And in fact, a lot of people ask me, why am I doing this? And the answer is that sometimes I hear musicians complaining about the gear that they don't have and wish they had something else that could help them achieve better sound. However, I do believe that sometimes good things happen when we do what's best with what we have rather than what we not have. So I have decided to give myself a challenge and give me as many restrictions as possible. As I said, I'm going to use Cubasis on my tablet in the previous video, and today I will just record some drums and some bass. I have some ideas, and I will not record vocals, and perhaps I might record some guitars today, or maybe record it next time. So the song I have, the idea I have in mind, so how do I develop it? The first thing I do when I record a song is giving myself some rules. I've decided that the song has to be in 6/8, and it will be in the key of D minor, as I want to use the guitar in drop D. And so the first thing I want to do is record the drums. I have some ideas. So the way I want to do it is I'm going to use the pads here on tablet. Right. Then after I'm done recording, I will quantize the tracks. So because I do believe that there's quite a lot of latency in this, otherwise it will sound out of tempo. So let me record some drums. I have some ideas for something. Record it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not a fan of this. Let's hear it now. Right, so we have a loop. I'm gonna move it aside. Now I'm going to record a bass. So I'm gonna add a bass track. As I said, I want this D minor, and let me select a bass. I might change these instruments later on as well. I have purchased Helium 1. Maybe I might use some of the sounds, or I might use the stock ones from Cubasis. Also, as I said, I'm not going to do the mixing and mastering. I will send it to somebody else, as I do think that I need some fresh ears for those. Here I have a bass track. I don't know if you can see it. So here I moved on the side the drum track for a moment. Now here I have a bass track. Let me see. I'm thinking about a very distorted bass. So I will use a electric bass, maybe BB, which I do believe is a precision. Okay, so I have a precision here, and I'm going to add some distortion. In stock here we have an overdrive. See how it sounds. Okay, so let's move this. Right, I need more distortion here. I like this. Let's record this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I picked up the last note. Unfortunately, I didn't. Okay, so let's record this again. Okay, now we have it. Again, let's quantize this. This seems to be quite precise, actually. Right, now I'm going to duplicate this, and let's see how it sounds with the drums. Okay, maybe a little faster. Let's see how we will be at, say, 85. Right, for the next one, I do think I'm going to keep the same 4 bars loop, but every bar, the bass will go up a semitone. So I'm going to duplicate both of them, and I'm going to manually move them up a semitone. Right, the reason why I did this is to cause some tension. So in music, when 2 notes are too close to each other, aka a semitone, that's when they tend to be dissonant. So that's when we start creating some tension, and so I want some resolution. So basically by doing this, we got from D to F chromatically, and then I will keep the same drum loop, and I have an idea of keeping just a drone, a pedal of a D, and but to play it in crotchet triplets. So do 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 do. So I'm gonna copy this. So I'm just gonna copy the drums, and I will record the bass now. Something like, sorry, wrong octave, low. 1, 2, 3. So far we have this. Let's hear it. Probably I should take that last part an octave higher. Let's see how it sounds in octave higher. I don't understand why it doesn't sound like. Sounds like an entirely different note. Let's see what happens if I change the instrument here. Maybe I have accidentally changed. Right. Now we're having problems here. For some weird reason, let's see if maybe I changed the pitch somehow. Pitch band. Oh, for some reason the pitch band was activated when I did this. One thing that comes to mind now is that drums don't have fills in here. I will do some polishing later on. At the moment, I haven't added any fills because I think these are things that needs to be done after the track, after I have the full song done. So I will say this is the intro, 17 bars roughly. Yeah, 17 bars, 34 seconds for the verse. That's what I have in mind. If you wonder how do I come up with this idea, pretty simple. I tend to sing what I have in my mind, and then in my head I had then I figure out the harmony. Might actually change the instruments a bit, and maybe, I don't know, give something to the guitar. Maybe for the guitar, I'm thinking something more funky. They'll give this space to the bass as if it was more like of a muse track, something like Hysteria or Undisclosed Desire, let's say. If I will perform these live, also I will hire some musicians, like bass player and drummer. So I'm trying to think as how would a bass player play this if the song was in drop D. Obviously, I'm trying not to go below the lowest D on the bass. Let me record this part. I'm going to make a loop, so it's a bit easier to overdub. 1, 2, 3. And now quantize. I'm gonna do this 4 times, and then I have in mind something like Killing in the Name of. So let's do it with the drums first. And when I repeat this, the fourth, on the second time, I will also add a crash. So let's hear it. And that's the drums part. Now let's do the bass. 1, 2. I have to admit, I am not used to do this on a tablet. Obviously, that first bar needs to be fixed. Okay, so I just think that before the 2 without fills, I think just on the right one, I need a drum fill or something to just get into the next part. Let's listen to this. And I might add here a open hi-hat with the foot. Let's hear it now. And I'm going to duplicate everything from. So let me make another verse and chorus. So I'm thinking to end the song after the end of this chorus. This will be the first song anyway, so I'm thinking about something that will work as an introduction. So not too much going on really. Let's see how everything flows. This would be pretty much the structure of the song. I think I might add something. It's a bit late now, so I will stop recording here and I'll catch you up tomorrow. Yesterday we left this. We had drum and bass, pretty much the whole song. I have decided to make a couple of changes. So the first thing I want to do, I would like to make it a little faster. So I was thinking to go around 90. Yesterday we went to 85 beats per minute. So let's see at 90 beats per minute how it sounds. Much better. And after this part in the intro, I was thinking to make slight changes to that part that is going up chromatically. Instead of going up chromatically, I go up diatonically. So I follow the scale. So what I wanted to change as well is the chorus. I want to try something. I wanted to see if on the chorus I start the bass line that's coming here. If I start it, if I double that, and then here go on the double kick instead of go a bit faster. See how it sounds. should change the last note of the bass. Maybe here at the drum fill. Now I'm gonna have to do the same for the last chorus, which has a very weird cadence at the end, as in it finishes with a weird vibe. I want it to lead into the next song. They feel suspended. And I want the drums following the bass. Pa pa pa. Alright, let's listen to the whole thing now. I wonder if there's any. I'm going to add another MIDI track just to see if there might be any pads or lead sound that could work quite well. But I think I should do that after the guitar is recorded. The guitars are recorded actually. There might be more than one guitar. I realized I just added too many layers of this. There's a problem with copying and pasting. This is how it goes after. Is roughly 2 minutes 50 seconds. Quite good for an intro. Let's say that this is enough for episode 1. Maybe on episode 2 I am going to record the guitars and maybe some synthesizers. I also have to write the lyrics for the song. I don't know if I'm going to do that in the car, to be fair. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to drop a comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends and family to help it with the algorithm. And I will see you next time. Peace. Bye. Hello everyone. Back again. So today I am going to record the guitars as it's a bit late, and I've set up the lights here. So as you can see, I've got headphones and might not be able to see this. So I've got a guitar here, which is retuned in drop D, plugged into my M Audio M-Track Solo sound card, which is plugged into my tablets. I'll see how it goes, but I've been thinking about starting to use my laptop for the next songs, as I found a way to plug my laptop to my cigarette lighter from the car, and that would save me a lot of troubles, let's say. So what I'm gonna do now is just set up the guitar. The guitar is fine, seems fine, and I will just listen to the song again and just record some guitars over it. I will multi-track, and so you would not be able to hear anything, as the guitar is plugged into the sound card, and the output of the sound card is going through my headphones. So you will be able to listen to the whole thing once I'm done, and I will speed dial this now, and I will see you in a bit as soon as I'm done. Done with the guitar tracking. Unfortunately, I'm running out of battery, so I will just do the edits and then show you the final result for today. So I'm done editing the guitars now, and all I miss are the synthesizers and the vocals. Synthesizers, I'm not sure how many and what I'm gonna do, but definitely I'm missing the vocals. And also, do not consider the guitar sounds as definitive, as I will definitely change them, as I'm not happy with the stock guitar amplifiers that you find in Cubasis Android version. Yes, I don't like Apple products. this is what I have, and I will see you next time for the vocal tracking and some synthesizers. Hello YouTube again. Today is vocal tracking day, and Merry Christmas, as it's the 25th of December. You might have noticed that my steering wheel is on the opposite side, as now I am back in Italy at my parents' house for the holiday. It has been a while since I tracked the other instruments. So far I only have five guitars, the drums and the bass. Today is vocal tracking days. I have changed the guitar sounds as recently Steinberg released some new plugins for guitar simulators. So they sound much better actually, and I've always experimenting with them at home. So as you can hear, the guitar sounds way better than it sounded before. Sound way more crisp and round and warmer. I might actually use these sounds as definitive sounds, to be fair. Now that's finally Steinberg, after a couple of years that I've been using Cubasis for mobile. They finally released something really nice. And I've just plugged my tablets to my sound card. I've already set up the vocal track, and for the lyrics, I had some lyrics that I wrote for a song for my old band that were never released, and I readapted them for this song, and I decided to use those. So without further ado, let me get my phone with the lyrics on. As I said, I'm using my 80-2040 by Audio Technica. It's a nice microphone. It's like a podcaster's mic. I believe is a SM7B replica. And yeah, it comes like this, but I decided to add a pop filter on top of it for extra protection. So I'm gonna start recording vocals now, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, I'm done with it now, and I believe I'm pleased. Let's listen to this. Obviously, the vocal tracks and everything needs to be mixed. I decided to keep it minimal, no backing vocals, and there's only two dubs really. So let's listen. Let me mute a couple of guitars so that we know we can hear the vocals better.
So at this point, I am thinking whether I should add a couple of synths, maybe something to be on the background. I mean, not maybe, definitely something to be on the background, or not, and keep it as minimal as I can. Um, it's quite a few guitar tracks as well, so I will see you tomorrow, and I will let you know whether I have decided to add some synths or not. My battery unfortunately is dying, so I'll see you soon. Actually, change of plans. I don't know why, but I can hear something that goes like this. I just need to change the instrument really, but on the intro and the verses, I can hear in my head something doing. Perhaps if I add a bit of distortion. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just gonna add the sounds now and then I'll do something at home. The camera battery died, and as I was saying, I'm gonna just record this and then I'm going to experiment with the sounds at home, and then I will call it a day with the song. Let's do this now. And that's it. The song. I'm going to just. I have to be honest. I'm just going to quantize these. Maybe actually not. This is okay. And then I will duplicate what I just did for the second verse. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Please, if you like this, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Drop a comment in the comment section below and share it with your friends and family. And I will see you for song number 2. And before I forget, the song is called Learn to Die. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas again, and I'll see you next time. Before I forget, the last thing I need to do is to add the drum fills. The drums at the moment are very plain, so let's add some drum fills. Hopefully I will be done before it turns dark, otherwise I will turn on the lights. And I'll see you in a bit. The song is now ready. I have decided to call this Learn to Die, and it's now available on all streaming platforms. If you like this video, please watch the upcoming videos for the other songs, and thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and share it with your friends, and please drop a comment below for the algorithm. I'll see you next time.